Hey there, I'm the Mad Catster, and I'm glad to see you here. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Daily Docket. Today we've got 5 stories to cover, and we're going to get into it right now. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Daily Docket. Today we've got several stories to cover, and some of them are sort of related. First, we're going to talk about Kanye West, who faces charges for A and B against a fan who on Monday night had asked the rapper for his autograph outside of the restaurant Craig's. And then on Wednesday night, Kanye West was out again with girlfriend Julia Fox. They later split up, and Kanye ended up going to the club Soho Warehouse. And when he left the club, the same fan again was waiting to ask him for an autograph. For some reason, Kanye West went berserk and punched the guy, knocking him to the ground. And so that's why charges may be pending against him. It's not clear what set him off, but it could have had something to do with why Julia Fox wasn't with him later in the evening when she had been earlier. Maybe they had a fight and he just was pushed to the edge. I don't know. But anyways, he sort of lost his mind. Or wait a minute. He sort of lost his mind a little bit more, I should say. But we'll watch that and see what happens, whether he does end up getting criminally charged. In a lawsuit filed on January 7th in federal court in Los Angeles, Kim Kardashian and boxer Floyd Mayweather are accused of duping fans into buying into a cryptocurrency scam, what they've come to call a pump and dump scam, where if you're the one promoting the scam, you buy in early, and then as you promote it and it goes up on the rise and starts to ascend, when it gets to the peak of where it's ascending, you sell, and then your fans end up being on the other side when it comes down and crashes. So a lot of people have lost a lot of money this way. They're promoting a token that was sold by Ethereum or Emacs. And apparently this obviously caused a lot of their followers to jump on the bandwagon thinking this was a good thing. And you can see by the tone of the social posts that it's understandable why people took up this offer, assuming that because these two were behind it, it was legit when it really wasn't. It was really a scam. Floyd Mayweather, in fact, even promoted token both before, during, and after his fight with Jake Paul, which just goes to show you how much they were really pushing this. Within weeks of the endorsements from Kardashian and Mayweather, the token lost 98% of its value, and thus a lot of the people who jumped on had lost a lot of money. This isn't Floyd Mayweather's first involvement with cryptocurrency. Back in 2018, he agreed to pay more than $600,000 to the SEC to settle charges that he failed to disclose payments he received for promoting an initial coin offering. Trial began last week in Atlanta, where Cardi B is suing a YouTuber named Tasha K. This all started when Tasha K, whose real name is Latasha Keeb, started posting videos that her 1 million followers watched that said things about Cardi B, such as her child culture was possibly going to be born with physical issues due to Cardi B's lifestyle. She alleged that Cardi B was a woman of the night, that she used the C word and several other things, and also alleged, most hurtfully, I guess, in terms of how Cardi B felt, alleged that she had 2 STIs that she did not have. So this lawsuit has now begun. Cardi B gave some emotional testimony last week. It'll be interesting to see how this develops. Again, I think she has a very good chance of winning. It's been alleged that her medical records have been subpoenaed to show whether or not there's any truth to the STI allegations. And so if it's true, it can't be libel, slander, or defamation. And if you bring a lawsuit against somebody for repeating something that's true, you're going to be out of luck. But it sounds to me like Cardi B's pretty confident, or she wouldn't be going to all this trouble. I don't know how much this person, Tasha K, has in terms of assets. I can't imagine she's terribly wealthy. So I think it's more Cardi B is trying to basically clear her name in the press and in the public, and to send a signal to anybody who might think about doing this in the future not to do it, because if you can't just say whatever you want about somebody, or there are consequences. Sybil's come to join me, but Taylor Swift is herself the subject of a lawsuit. She's the defendant in the lawsuit. She's being accused by a girl group called 3LW, who back in 2001 released a song called Playas Gone Play. And the allegation is that Taylor Swift's song Shake It Off is using lyrics that they created. Now, I'm just going to tell you from the outset, I think that this is a very long shot, because I think the word player and hater have become so common in our lexicon that it's a little difficult for these people to say, oh, we have some kind of a copyright on those phrases. It's really part of the public domain. So, and it's not like those words were invented by them. Just my personal opinion is this lawsuit is not going to be a winner, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyway, so they're alleging that Taylor Swift's song uses play is going to play, 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 hate is going to hate, hate, hate. And they're saying that that took from their lyrics, which said play is they going to play and hate is they going to hate. Well, so the lyrics are not exactly the same. I mean, yes, they use those two words, player and hater. So I don't think this lawsuit is going to be a winner for these people. But anyways, Taylor Swift's team filed a motion for summary judgment. I've said in previous videos, motions for summary judgment are very difficult to win. There has to be really indisputable evidence that there's absolutely no way the plaintiff could possibly win. The bar is very low for courts to deny motions for summary judgment, because basically, if there's any chance at all that the plaintiff might win, the case has to be allowed to go forward. So in this case, Taylor Swift's team had filed the motion for summary judgment. Of course, it got denied, but then they filed a motion to reconsider, which you don't do, because if your motion for summary judgment is denied, the court's already evaluated your facts and your reasoning for why the summary judgment should be granted. And to come back and ask the court to then consider it again when they've already evaluated everything is just really, it just pisses the court off. I'm sure the judge in that case was not happy at all. So anyways, we'll have to watch and see what happens. But again, I honestly, it's not an indicator if the motion for summary judgment is denied. They're almost always denied. So that doesn't really mean anything at all. I still think it's a very weak case. I really doubt that these girls are going to win this case, but we'll have to wait and see, and I'll keep you posted as things develop. Our last case involves a really strange trio. Johnny Depp and his former wife, Amber Heard, have been involved in a very messy divorce for a long time. But now James Franco has been dragged into it because he dated Amber Heard back in 2016. And some of you may know Amber Heard from Aquaman, and Johnny Depp, obviously Pirates of the Caribbean, and James Franco, I think most of you know who he is. But anyways, Amber Heard had accused Johnny Depp in the press of DV some time ago, and Johnny Depp has filed a libel suit against her, saying that this is absolutely not true and that she has damaged his reputation in the press, and if it's not true, then she has. So he has subpoenaed James Franco to testify, because when these accusations were made, Amber Heard was dating James Franco. And presumably what they're going to ask James Franco to testify to is whether or not he has any knowledge about these accusations, whether he saw any physical evidence on Amber Heard of these accusations. We'll have to watch that one. It's a real soap opera. They keep going on and on and on with this, and it's like the divorce that just won't die. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyways, thank you again for joining me for this edition of the Daily Docket. I really appreciate it. Sybil made a guest appearance. Clarice is up here. So I'm not going to do an cat introduction, but I will in my next regular video. I'm going to introduce you to my deaf cat, Stefan. But anyways, for tonight, I want to thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and come back. I will see you in the next one.
Pretty please. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I get a treat for every new sub. Thank you.